Francis Bacon, an English lawyer and philosopher from the 1600s, said to be gracious and kind to a stranger means that you are a citizen of the world. My name's Sean. Definition is gracious, and that's a part of who I am. I was taught to be gracious by my parents and my older siblings. I had a lot of opportunities in my life to be gracious, and these are some of the times where I was able to demonstrate some of that. Um, Being gracious, when you think about being gracious, you may think about a lot of things, but I think about being charitable, loving, and compassionate. Compassion played a big role in my family. I'm the youngest of 11. So with a family that big, the emotional landscape was all over the place on a daily basis. So I had a lot of opportunities to be compassionate to my family members when they were going through trials and tribulations. Where a lot of times we had to lift each other up, and you can only imagine that there was a lot of trials and tribulations that went on with a family that large. I also was able to have compassion given to me, being the youngest of 11. Everybody always wanted to take care of me, and so that was reciprocal, was given back and forth and everything. Compassion, being compassionate, is oftentimes supported by the trait of being loving, and being loving was a part of me. I grew up in the beaches of Oceanside in the 70s and the 80s, and being loving was expected. But being loving and kind-hearted was expected. Um, Sitting on the beaches, on the bonfires, on the summer sun setting, telling stories was a loving act, and that is something that we did to demonstrate being loving. Being loving also is something that was supported by being charitable. And I had a lot of opportunity to be charitable in my life also, being in a family that big, 11 kids and two adults. Being charitable went a long ways about keeping the family together. One of the most obvious charitable acts would be hand-me-down clothes. We all love those, right? But the most important charitable acts were the acts that you cannot measure. Those are the charitable acts of the heart. So my name is Sean. The definition of Sean is gracious, and gracious is a part of who I am. Being gracious takes takes passion with an intent and with truth.